Hi there. I know it is not Christmas, but I don't see any reason why I should not share this delightful story about rain and snow with you. So, our story takes place in Russia. We have Pyotr and Valeria. So, Pyotr and Valeria, they're an old married couple. They've been together, well, they've been together for about 40 years, but they've been married for 30. Yep, they waited quite a while to tie the knot, but can't say they weren't sure about it. Yeah, so they're this nice old Russian couple. And they get along pretty well. Of course, they have their bickerings as every couple would. One thing in particular that they seem to always come back to is an argument over rain versus snow. They can never quite agree which one it is when it's in that in-between phase. Pyotr always thinks that it's raining out, and Valeria always thinks that it's snowing. Anyway, so they have a lot of friends. They are very fortunate to be surrounded by people that love them. And one of these people is actually someone who works at the local weather station. Now it's government run. So one could say that this is a red weather station. We'll come back to that later. So at the weather station we have here, they have a friend named Rudolph. And Rudolph is the foremost expert on precipitation. So whenever Valeria and Pyotr have a disagreement on whether it's raining or snowing, he's typically the person they go to. And usually this solves the debate. But it's been a little while since they've seen him. It's probably been about a month. You know, things just get so busy. But that's okay. So, one particular evening, it's right around that temperature where it would start to snow, but not quite there. And the weather conditions are just right that it's either going to be snowing or raining right now. So they just had dinner. They made pizza tonight. Pyotr's actually quite a good chef. He's actually known for his homemade pizzas. Not really traditional Russian cuisine, but he can make a damn good pizza, I tell you what. Anyway, so yeah, they had pizza. He likes to put pineapple and olive on his pizzas. Very unique combination, but people don't come to his house for pizza night because they don't like pineapple and olive. Anyway, so they had pizza. This wasn't the whole pizza night shenanigan. This was just a quiet night, and they felt like making pizza together. But that being said, the rain versus snow debate has got the best of them again tonight. So they're bickering back and forth. Pyotr says, "Oh, would you see that? Those are not flakes at all. Those look totally like raindrops. You can almost see them if you just think." But Valeria, as stubborn as she always is, says, "No, I'm quite certain that those are snowflakes. I'm pretty sure." But they bicker on and on. They talk about the weather conditions. since they've gone to their old friend Rudolph at the weather station a number of times before, they both know quite a bit about rain and snow. So they both have well-founded arguments, but they can't quite come to a decision. Eventually, they decide to take a trip, go visit Rudolph down at the station. Since it has been a little while, it's been about a month, as I said earlier, and he is a really good friend to them. So this is just a trivial reason to pay a visit to their good old friend. So they walk through town. They are all bundled up in their coats. This is not at all the coldest it gets in their little town, but definitely chilly. So they're walking along. They continue to banter as they walk. They run into a few of their comrades. They stop to talk for a little while. It ultimately takes about half an hour for them to get from their home to the weather station where Rudolph works. They finally make their way there, and boy, is Rudolph glad to see them. It's been a tough day so far. They have a new intern at the weather station, and nothing against being new, but this intern is just having a really tough time staying productive and getting done the work that they need to do. This intern, very smart, very intelligent young individual, but they just need to put a little bit more effort in, apply themselves. They worked hard enough to get this position at the weather station. That means something. They gotta realize what they have here and really take advantage of that. Anyway, I'm getting off on a tangent. Point being, Rudolph was quite glad to see some friends that he hasn't seen in a while. And as is quite fitting for someone who works at a weather station, he loves talking about precipitation. So he was quite glad when they came to him with this query. Alright, so they start their discussion. Pyotr brings up his points, all well and good, and Valeria comes with some other ideas and shares her thoughts, contributes to the discourse between the three parties. Now, at the end of it all, after about a 20-minute discussion, the room becomes quiet. Rudolph tells them that they both have good points, both are well reasoned, but he does indeed have a decisive answer. And it is, can you guess? It's raining. So Pyotr was right. And he is quite smug about it, I tell you what. Not that Valeria wouldn't be, but when you're on the wrong side of things, it can be quite annoying, quite vexing, one might say. So they finish up. They end the night on a good note, just having some nice small talk, exchanging niceties and stories about what they've been going through over the past month. And eventually, Valeria and Pyotr head home. It's getting dark, so they try and head home quickly and don't stop and talk with their friends along the way as much this time. And especially when it is raining out and it's dark in their town, it's best to just be safe. You never know what turn the weather's going to take. So they get home. They're getting ready for bed. And for the most part, the topic of rain versus snow has died down. But as they are climbing into bed and getting ready to go to sleep, Valeria brings it up once more. She says, Pyotr, are you sure it's raining? I really do feel very strongly that it was snow. And Pyotr, very simply and softly, says, Rudolph the Red knows rain, dear.